Deep in the heart of an ancient forest, where sunlight barely touched the ground and trees whispered old secrets, stood a remarkable tree. Its trunk was wide and strong, and its branches stretched high, crowned with shimmering leaves that sparkled like gold in the breeze. This was no ordinary tree. It was known as the wishing tree, a magical being with the power to grant wishes. In a serene clearing, the wishing tree stood alone, its golden leaves rustling gently in the wind. Birds flitted above, and animals roamed nearby, drawn to its peaceful energy. Legends told that the tree could grant wishes, but it was wise and careful. It could feel the hearts of those who approached and granted wishes only to the worthy, for not every desire was meant to be fulfilled. One day, a greedy merchant approached the tree, dressed in fine clothes and carrying a heavy bag of gold. His eyes gleamed with hunger for more wealth as he rubbed his hands together, looking up at the glowing leaves.
"Oh, mighty wishing tree!"
he called out, a sly smile spreading across his face.
"Grant me a fortune greater than all others. I wish for gold beyond measure, jewels that glitter like the stars."
The tree's leaves shimmered momentarily, contemplating the request. But as the wind began to blow gently, the tree remained silent. It sensed the greed in the merchant's heart and knew that granting such a wish would only feed his selfishness. Impatiently, the merchant tapped his foot, but when nothing happened, he scowled and stomped away, his greed left unfulfilled. The wishing tree knew that not all desires should be granted. Next came a queen, resplendent in her crown and flowing gown, her beauty overshadowed by a coldness in her eyes. She knelt before the wishing tree, her hands clasped tightly.
"Wishing tree,"
she declared proudly,
"I wish to be the most beautiful and powerful ruler in all the lands. No one shall be greater than I."
The tree swayed softly, its leaves glowing brighter as it considered her request. Yet, sensing the envy in her heart, it understood the harm such power would bring. The queen's eyes narrowed as she realized her wish would not be granted. Anger and disappointment washed over her, and she stormed away. The wishing tree remained still, knowing that true beauty and power come from within. Finally, a humble farmer approached, covered in dirt from a long day of work. With slow, weary steps, he gazed up at the tree, his eyes filled with hope.
"Great wishing tree,"
he said softly,
"I don't need much. I only wish for rain to fall on my fields so my crops can grow. My family depends on it."
The tree's leaves rustled gently, and its branches seemed to reach toward the sky. It felt the farmer's sincerity, recognizing that his wish stemmed from love and care for his family. Suddenly, dark clouds gathered overhead, and a soft rain began to fall, nourishing the earth. The farmer looked up with grateful eyes, a smile spreading across his face.
"Thank you,"
he whispered in awe. The wishing tree granted his wish, knowing that such a pure heart deserved the magic it could offer. As the rain continued to fall, the wishing tree stood tall, its golden leaves shimmering in the gentle downpour. It had seen many visitors, each with their own desires. Yet, it understood that not all wishes should be granted. Power, greed, and envy only led to sorrow, while kindness and sincerity held true value. A single golden leaf drifted down from the tree, glowing softly as it landed on the ground, a symbol of the tree's magic and wisdom. The wishing tree knew what many did not: sometimes, the best wish is the one left ungranted. Moral of the story: not every wish is meant to be granted. And so, the wishing tree continued to stand, wise and still, knowing that only those with pure hearts could ever receive its magic.